Troy here from Cape Ann Conversations, and we've got the Cabot here today. Particularly, we've got Brian, the Executive Director, President, CEO, and Kim, the VP of Philanthropy and Community Outreach. Guys, I'm going to let you kind of say hi really quickly as well.
All right. Well, first, thanks for having us. We're excited to be here. But hi, my name's Brian Ridolfo. I'm the president and CEO of the Cabot. I've been there for about 7 months now. New to the area, loving it, loving the people, loving the vibe. So
Yeah,
it's been great. So again, thanks for having us.
thank you. And Kim?
Yeah, so I'm Kimberly. I have been with the Cabot 9 years. So I was with the Cabot when it started as like a startup, and we were in danger of closing down, every other month, keeping the lights on, doing the renovations. So I've seen it go through a lot of iterations, and I'm so excited of where we're at today.
Yeah, what a staple in the community. And not just Beverly, but like the whole North Shore and far driving people in now. It's really a staple.
It is, and that's really what attracted me to it. When the position came open, I was very excited about it, especially when I came into interview and I just kind of, I fell in love with the town, I fell in love with the people, but then realized it's the whole North Shore community, and that's kind of what we're striving to be is the center. I mean, we've got some other great organizations, but I think we really want to be the center of the arts in
Yeah,
the
and if
North
you're
Shore.
and if you're listening to this episode, there is an original episode where we actually go through the whole history of the Cabot and how it got started, and it was like a magic studio, and like it has a storied
It
history.
does.
But we are kind of looking at it today through this next step, this lens. You guys just did some major work there that is worth talking about, and then talking about sort of the next steps.
Right. So yeah, we just finished a renovation over this. Well, uh, not
Finished,
quite. Yeah,
Brian?
Finished
exactly.
is not the right
Not
word.
quite finished. We just reopened. We shut down for 3 months over the summer. We're completely remodeling the. Well, I say remodeling. We're actually restoring it to what the front of the theater, the facade, looked like in 1920 when the building opened. So there is this beautiful half rose window that had been covered up. And so that's been revealed now. We're putting in new storefronts. We're putting in sort of a covered walkway along the whole thing, which would have been there at least over the main entrance originally, and it hadn't been there for a long time. But then also inside, we've completely renovated all of the dressing rooms and artist facilities, which is very important to get the artists that we're striving to get and to make sure that they have a good experience want to come back. We added showers. We didn't have showers before. That's a big deal.
Now Brian can live there
Yeah,
and
It's
work all the time.
it's a beautiful space, and if you're on a tour bus going from city to city, a shower is a really welcome amenity, and
ex-
you want to really feel like you're at home. And this is an incredibly competitive business. So we're an 850-seat theater. We're competing with larger venues. You've got to pull out all the stops to really get those artists in our region.
Yeah,
that's it. An artist talk. So as long as they have a good experience, they want to come back. And these rooms, aside from adding new showers, they're really beautiful.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a 105-year-old building.
In November.
So I'm assuming a 105-year-old building renovation went smoothly and no problems.
No problems at all. Why would you think there'd be issues?
There couldn't possibly be.
Well, no, obviously we ran into problems. We ran into the normal problems that you would expect on the inside of the building, a pipe where we didn't think there was a pipe, or not a pipe where we thought there would be a pipe. That sort of stuff is easy. We knew we had some steel that needed to be replaced on the front of the building, but the more we opened up the front of the building, the more we realized sort of the main beam that was carrying the weight of the whole front of the building was basically just deteriorated to the point where it had to almost be replaced, which basically we have replaced it. We just built a new beam kind of in place in 4 foot sections as we went along. And of course, everything we did had a rolling implication to all the work that was supposed to come after it. So it ended up pushing. The goal was to be done on September 12th. So we were able to open on September 15th with Steve Winwood. So the inside was all finished, but the outside, because of this beam, we had to re-engineer structural support while we were working on repairing that, so the building didn't fall down while we were doing that. We had to change some of the dimensions. We put in, or still are putting in, new storefronts, so new windows and doors. all of that entire system had to be re-engineered and redesigned because the dimension changed by half an inch because of the new steel. So it set us back a little bit, but the good news, I always try and find the bright side, is that if we didn't do this in 5, 10 years, the building might have fallen down.
Yeah, exactly. And now you're building it in a way that it can last the next 100 years
Exactly.
and carry on this tradition that you're building.
And it was a pretty ambitious project, too. It was the first time that we've ever shut down for that period of time. All the other projects that we've done, replacing the heating and cooling, you're replacing all the seats, sound and lighting, we did in 1 month because we're really cognizant of not shutting down the theater for too long. The local economy depends on it. You know, people would really miss not having the Cabot for long periods of time. So it was kind of incredible that we got as much done as we could in that 3 month period.
Yeah.
And it's really just the outside now that'll be done by the end of the year.
Exactly.
And this is a not-for-profit organization. This isn't like you guys are just reaching into these coffers of like you have to kind of fundraise for these big projects to bring these things to life. and
Kimberly
keep
did an
this-
amazing job fundraising for this project.
Well, we
and
have an incredible board of directors, a great team, and a really, really great community that has embraced it. You know, the Cabot has something for everybody. So there's a lot of people that are really invested in its success.
Can we talk a little bit about Off Cabot? This is another like not what you're seeing necessarily on the front street, like the everybody pictures. This is a
Right.
separate entity building.
Exactly. It's a separate building. It's a few blocks away. It's on Wallace Street. For those that have been around for a while, it's the old 9 Wallace, which is Blues Club. And we've been operating it now for 4 years. We do comedy, live events. So we have music. We'll also do rentals. So if you want to have a wedding, it's just a really cool, intimate space. Seats about 125. It can be standing room. You can go in and dance. In fact, this weekend coming up, or next weekend, we are going to have a swing band there. And you just come in and swing dance. We'll take lessons. You could go there and see a comedian. You could go there and see a singer-songwriter series. It's just a little bit of everything, just on a smaller, more intimate scale.
Yeah, I'm assuming you have things going there both nights,
Oh, yeah,
both
there's-
Saturday nights.
All
it's just-
throughout the week, yeah. We
Yeah.
have live band karaoke. We have, sing-alongs with Broadway singers.
Yeah.
It's just really a lot of interactive type of events there.
Yeah.
So you mentioned somebody you could rent it. So
You
there's
can rent it.
So there's stuff that other people can throw
Mm.
in that location, but I'm assuming also probably in the normal Cabot Theater. But
Yes, yeah.
that one just tends to be, I think, a little busier.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they're both fairly busy venues. I think in Off Cabot, most of the renters are going to be more, it could be a corporate party. It could be, it's not really going to be artists renting it. The Cabot, the main stage, is also available to rent. So when we do that, it tends to be more for, it could be a local dance company. It could be an outside promoter that's bringing in a show.
We've had a couple of weddings at both the Cabot
And-
and Off Cabot, too, and one had a Star Trek theme, which is pretty cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, because there's what some people don't understand too is I know you guys struggle with this because we've talked about it before. The Cabot is not a one-trick pony of cover bands. It is everything. I mean, you're talking about you have live bands. I mean, you have Blues Travelers, Steve Winwoods. You have your cover bands. You have other music, but it's not just music. You guys have magic. You have comedy. You have movies. You have kids shows. You have corporate events. I mean, you guys can probably say even more than me. But
Fundraisers. We have a fundraiser they had a connection to Natalie Merchant. So that's how we got Natalie Merchant to grace our stage. So yeah, all kinds of really interesting things like that. And one of the things that we're really excited about in November is we're partnering with Historic Beverly. And during COVID, they digitized their collection. Ken Burns, the documentarian, when he was doing the American Revolution documentary, he saw their collection online, came to Beverly, loved it so much that he put 28 of their paintings in his documentary, and we are going to be screening it at the same time it's released on PBS, November 16th and 21st, which is really exciting for us because we've never done anything like that. And we like to have those kind of community partnerships and collaborations. It really makes the Cabot kind of elevate for the community when we can do those types of things.
We love it. And in addition to that, I think this part is exciting too. Is, you can go and experience this movie, with other people sitting in the theater, but this particular thing is going to be being screened at the same time all across the country. So it's part of being, in this larger kind of group. I like things like that. I like the group experience. Have people put down their. It seems a little strange that I'm about to say, come see a movie and put down your screen, but it's different when you're in a theater than it is if you're watching it at home, by yourself. It is that shared experience.
Yeah. The energy in the room, you're with other people who are really into the same type of thing that you're at. We do a Jaws screening almost every year for Memorial Day. It's our annual tradition, and everybody has seen Jaws. They still come. Hundreds of people come to see it. They dress up. They wear Jaws hats, and they bring their kids, and they scream at all the parts, even though they know what's going to happen. So
you're with your people.
You're
That's
with
it.
your people, and it's just a whole different experience that we need more of. We need more of that kind of shared energy that we can experience together.
There's other nuances that people probably haven't seen too. I mean, you're doing a lot of more community stuff. Like that is a space that the government aspect of the Beverly community can use. But you also have like a lot of kids learning stuff. There's like Saturday programming. My kids are getting a little older now, so you might be able to tell me more of it.
It's the Kids at the Cabot series. So we've got these great, nationally known musicians that come one Saturday a month for 1 hour. So it's really good for kids that are 8 and under. It's a very relaxed experience for parents. You don't have to make your kids sit there quietly. They can run up to the stage and dance and play air guitar and crawl around on the platform if they're toddlers, and be exposed to the arts at a really young age and really experience the Cabot as a community resource.
Right. You're getting that, like, getting them engaged in the Cabot. These are your future Cabot patrons,
Exactly. Yeah.
and they're gonna feel so comfortable in there, and they're gonna just it's gonna be nostalgia for them when
That's
they come
it.
back.
And we want to build that audience. We're also going to look to add next year called school matinees. So this will be curriculum-aligned programming, working with artists to have various schools, home schools, private schools, come to the Cabot during the school day to experience a show. It could be, they'll all be theatrical in nature, but it could be on science. It could be a literary book. And it's like I said, it'll all be curriculum aligned, so the teachers will have study guides and things that they can follow. But it's another way not just to help further education, so we can partner with the local schools, but also to get the kids used to going to the theater and see like, oh yeah, this is a place that I like. Things happen not on a screen. Things happen right in front of you.
And the Cabot, it started off as a vaudeville movie palace. And the movie tradition is really still strong in the theater and in the community. And that's why we started this program for young filmmakers. It's totally free for families who need that kind of assistance. And it started off kids 11 to 13 after school program. And the kids loved it so much and kept begging us as they were aging out to kind of up the program. It's now for kids 10 to 18. We're starting a high school program this year. And the kids learn how to tell their stories, the value of teamwork and collaboration and self-expression, but they also learn real skills. They learn how to edit, they learn how to storyboard, they learn about lighting, and they get very, very excited. They'll see a movie and they'll come in the next day and they'll be like, I saw this shot, how do I do it? And it's really great to see the next generation of young filmmakers, because every kid has a phone and pretty much, and every kid, is making videos anyways. Why not learn the real skill?
Absolutely. Are there things that you guys need? Imagine people are listening to this right now, and what are the things that Cabot needs right now?
So I think in terms of, money, right? We're a nonprofit.
How do you get it though?
So it's
we rob banks.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Pickpocketing
So if we could
sometimes.
get more
No, we have various campaigns and things that we do. We'll identify a particular need for this construction project. There was a capital campaign. There's always a capital campaign going on.
Do you run like a fall gala?
Not a fall
Not a
gala, but we
fall.
do have a spring. It's not really a gala. We call it the Cabot's Big Night, and we use our shared parking lot between us and Pathways, which is a Head Start program. They're generous enough to let us have it for the weekend. We put up a tent for 400 people, have a big party in the tent, and then what we do is we bring in an artist that you normally don't see at the Cabot. They're a high-end artist, so we've had people like Tedeschi Trucks Band and Lake Street Dive and Ray LaMontagne, those types of artists that usually go to bigger venues. And we raise most of our money every year for our capital campaign through that gala. And so not only can you buy tickets to the gala, which or sponsor it, but you can also, we all have public ticket sales for those shows as well, so the community can be involved. We have a live auction that's online, and we have people all over the country bidding on fun experiences. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to get involved.
When is that big night?
This year it's May 9th. And we haven't released the artist's name yet. I don't know, Brian, should we do it here?
Ooh.
Should we do it here? Well,
Why not? Give him a scoop.
let's do it. Okay. So the artist for Big Night is going to be Trombone Shorty.
Get out of here.
So it's somebody we've been chasing for a long time, and we were finally able to make it happen, and we're very excited
We're
about
bringing
it.
a little New Orleans Mardi Gras to Cabot Street in Beverly, and it's gonna. Nothing says party like horns, right? That's one of
it.
our board members' favorite lines.
I had to pay to see Trombone Shorty in the Seaport before a Ben Harper concert. I mean, you're talking like big deal.
Yeah, no, he's a big deal. He's
Yeah.
a big deal. And like I said, we've been chasing him for a couple years, and we finally managed to land him for this. So we're very excited about that. And also, as Kimberly mentioned, we put a tent and there's a party before the event, and everybody has told me it is the best party in Beverly.
Good.
And our honoree this year, we always have an honoree that's, the Cabot hasn't happened in the last 10 years and had this incredible growth without a lot of support. And this year's honoree is David Massey. He's one of the co-owners of Turner Hill Country Club, amongst a lot of other ventures like Kelly's Roast Beef.
Kelly's Roast Beef.
And Dave is a self-made Beverly guy who gives back a lot to the community, and we're really excited to honor him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do, right?
And his story, it's a great story. You'll have to come to Big Night to hear the story.
Yeah, we're not giving everything
Yeah,
to you
okay. I
tonight.
appreciate what we've already gotten. I feel like I've got a head start to go get these tickets, to be there. So that's great. And so Capital's part of it. Do you guys ever are there key members of your staff that, like, do you need finance help? Do you need more volunteers to work on something? Do you need just like front of house because you're back open? Did people go find other jobs and now you need people to come work shows? Any of those things, ask for them.
We could always use volunteers, especially, we have volunteer ushers, which is a huge help when, you have 800 people in a building trying to find seats. And so we need lots of help with that. It's a great program. You get to see the shows, and there's benefits to becoming a volunteer and helping in that way. If people have, specific skills that they want to come and volunteer, we have an all-volunteer board who does incredible work. Their slogan is "All Cabot, all the time," which when I first started I thought was a joke, but now I know it's not. Because it really is. Sometimes I wonder how they have other jobs. They spend so much time and lending us their expertise. So there's lots of different ways to get involved. One easy way to get involved, though, is if you don't have time to volunteer, is just become a member. It helps support us. It gets you early access to tickets, which is probably the best benefit.
And it's cheap.
And
there's a range. Yeah, it goes from $60 to $2,000 if you're a dual icon, and those icon members get access to our new lounge that we just built. We have a private lounge for icon members, sponsors, and it's a nice little, when the long bar lines are stretching around the corner,
And
you can go
lines.
into this little lounge and get service right away. And Brian also had the great idea of installing a television in there that can live stream from the stage. So if you run in and get a drink in the middle of Trombone Shorty, you don't have to miss any of his set. So
right.
It's a nice little perk. And membership, we always say membership is the best deal in the North Shore, because not only do you get pre-sale access, but you get access to special events. We do like an Oscars party every year. We have tours and like a breakfast club where we show a movie and do a Q&A. So there's a lot of fun ways to be part of the community by being part of the Cabot membership.
Right. And again, I just reiterate though, the biggest benefit to that, other than the great feeling you get for being altruistic and supporting a wonderful organization, is access to those tickets. Because when we announce artists like a Natalie Merchant or Steve Winwood, sometimes there won't be tickets left by the time we get to the public on sale on Friday. I mean, we always hold back some,
Yeah.
but
But the good ones are gone.
the good ones are gone.
Yep.
So yeah, and there are I'm not in the I can't say the names yet, just because the artists would be mad at me if I did. But we have a couple of shows that we're going to announce in the next month or two.
And the best thing to do is to like follow you guys on social media is where like big announcements come quick.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Follow on all the socials.
And this is like a Facebook, Instagram, like guys, it's an easy follow of what's going on.
Exactly.
And then it's also like we could try to rattle off all of the shows right now of what's coming up in the near term, but it's the easiest thing to do is just to go to the website. There's a full event listing there.
Exactly. Go to thecabot.org and you can buy your tickets right there.
That's good.
Yep.
Because I own Norris Cleaners, and I have even my own employees. We have 26 employees, and I hear them talk and like, "Hey, what are you guys doing this weekend?" And they're like, "Going to the Cabot. I'm going."
That's how a lot of organizations use it. A lot of the corporations, it's an employee benefit.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, why don't I just buy a 40-pack?
Yeah, well, that's it.
For-
And not only will, it's great for employee retention, you get some marketing, so you'll get your company logo on the LED screens. We have 2 of them now that have replaced the marquee. You get it in our digital emails, which is really great. And it's also a great way to thank clients or to build your client base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when our emails go out, we've got a list of about 150,000 people that it goes out to. So there's some real impressions there when your name's on the show.
I like that. Okay. What else have I not covered? Is there anything else you guys wanted to cover today?
I think just the one topic is really our community outreach programs. I don't think we really touched on. We talked about education, but one of the other things that we really like to lean into is community outreach, working with different organizations to get messages across. We have one coming up that's going to be about screen time and getting off the screen. We just did one with Beverly 2030. So we worked with Beverly Main Streets and we had a panel to talk about what's next for Beverly and the North Shore, and we had questions from the audience about how to do that. So lots of topics. Actually, I'll let Kimberly talk a little more about it.
It's our community conversation series, and it was born after we reopened from COVID. And there was so much happening in the world, and we thought that as a community gathering place, as a place in our community that people knew and felt comfortable and welcomed, that they would want to come and have some of these tough conversations, have these dialogues around topics that are important to them. So we've tackled everything from, responsible gun ownership, to keeping trans kids safe in our community, to Green Beverly's climate sustainability messaging on how to, buy local and what to do with your trash. Seems like a simple thing. It's not. So yeah, we really are responsive to any community partner that wants to partner with us and has a topic that they think that the community wants to discuss or needs to know about and needs to know how to find resources about that topic. So
and this is kind of something like Action Inc. could run something on how to manage applications for affordable housing. I'm just totally making this up. And then the people that want to learn about how to apply for affordable housing effectively could come to this community outreach event for free.
We've done something on affordable housing. We usually elevate the topic a little bit so that it's about the issue of affordable housing and what we can do about it. And it would encompass things like how to apply, but also how to work with your local legislators on getting more affordable housing in your community. What are the current barriers and how do we tackle that as a community? So we really try to take a subject and look at it from a 360-degree view and really help people, find the resources they need or take action, because people, they care about the place that they live, work, and play. They really care about it, and they want to take some action on certain topics.
And are you sort of leading the programming development there, or are you a lot of times going, okay, Action Inc. wants to talk about this topic and you like co-manage that topic with them. I guess the other way of asking that is if somebody had a topic they're really passionate about, should they approach you and say, this is the topic and could you help us?
Absolutely, yes. We're booked now until the end of 2026 because community partner. We do it once a month, and it's totally free. We don't charge anybody to attend. We don't charge the partners to get their message across. We've done this now for a few years, so we know how it works best. So we really feel like we're partners with whoever wants to get that message across, and we will help them do that in the most effective way.
Yeah, it really is a great program. And also, as Kimberly mentioned, so there'll be this discussion that we'll arrange. So we go in depth on the topic, but then there'll also be, most times, resources available there. So, whether it's people that can help you sign up for affordable housing or, various things. If it was Green Beverly, it might be how to recycle, or there could be a, sustainable water company there.
Or Black Earth Compost or something
Exactly.
along those lines. And I welcome anybody to contact me if you're with a nonprofit group or a community group and you have an idea for a community conversation. Let me know. I'm happy to talk it through with you.
That's good. Thank you both for coming on here and the work that you do. I say this every time when I come across you guys and guys like you on here. Sometimes I'm blown away at like what we have in our backyard. The Cabot in our backyard is incredible.
Thank you. Yes.
I think, are almost taking it for granted, and we shouldn't be. But like coming from where I grew up in the small town I grew up in Michigan before, moving out to Massachusetts eons ago, we didn't have a Cabot. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have a place to go to these events, to these venues, and we really are lucky. And if you haven't been there, you really just need to get off your butt and go there and experience it.
That may be our new slogan.
Exactly. Get off your butt and go there. I promise you, it'll be your new addiction.
I can see it on T-shirts now.
And my new goal is to blow out the Trombone Shorty announcement next
All
year
right.
because I got to release it. So you'll have to have 2 tents next year.
Oh, excellent.
All right.
That is a good
I
problem.
like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you, Brian, Kimberly, for both coming here.
Thank you so much for having us.
We'll
Yeah.
have the Cabot back again soon.
So much fun talking with you. Thank you.
Thanks.